Every sip of Coca-Cola brings you closer to the excitement of the FIFA World Cup 26. Because nothing compares to the joy. So grab a Coke and drink in the FIFA World Cup 26. No purchase necessary. 13 plus in 50 U.S. states and D.C. with a web-enabled device. Ends March 1st with 8 entry periods. Rules at cokeurl.com/soccerrules.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Victory Fucking Drive. On this episode, I've got my good buddy Matt Hoines on from Silencer Central again. You guys know him from the previous episode we did about silencers and Silencer Central and all that good stuff, and also from all the good old prairie dog stuff that Sky and I went and did with Matt in South Dakota. Matt's a great dude, works at Silencer Central, knows a lot of stuff about his silencers and also just in hunting in general. We talked quite a bit about silencer updates, I guess, and really kind of the more or less the paperwork side of things. Like when you go buy a silencer, you do all this paperwork and it has to get sent to the ATF, and it takes generally quite a long time, sometimes up to about a year or more. But the ATF recently got new leadership, and we talked quite a bit about how they are making it their priority to get this paperwork done in a timely manner. So it's starting to go a lot faster. We talked quite a bit about that and just exactly why and how much faster it's going to be going. Also, we talk about some silencer updates, some new products coming down the line to look out for with Silencer Central, and all sorts of other good stuff. We also do touch on turkey hunting some more. I don't know if you guys are getting sick of turkey hunting content or not, but we talk a little bit more about that towards the tail end of the episode. And because Matt had a great season this year in South Dakota turkey hunting, so we talked quite a bit about that as well towards the end of the episode. So if you're sick of turkey hunting, then I guess just when we start talking about it, just cut it off. I don't know. I personally think the turkey hunting is great because it's in season right now and it's a fun time. It's springtime. It's a special time to be out there in the woods and hunting and stuff. So, I hope you guys enjoy the episode with Matt. On to the partners of Victory Drive. This podcast is brought to you, like always, by Grizzly Coolers. Grizzly Coolers, they are the leader of the hard side cooler game, and it's just really good dudes behind that brand. They make really great products. So if you're in the market for a new hard side cooler or a soft side cooler or some drinkware or anything like that, check out Grizzly Coolers. They also make some badass hunting box blinds. So if you guys are into that kind of thing, if you're getting your food plots all prepped up for deer season and you want to start setting some blinds, then check out Grizzly Coolers and see what they can do for you. And if you want, you can save some coin by using code WCB. I think it's for 15% off or something like that. So use code WCB at checkout to save some coin at Grizzly Coolers. Also brought to you by Black Ovis. Black Ovis is your one-stop shop for all your outdoor hunting needs. And they've got all sorts of shit from arrows to camping gear, like tents and stuff, and footwear, all sorts of fun stuff at blackovis.com. So use code VICTORY there to save some coin as well. And Huntworth Clothing has been putting in some work during turkey season for me, and they definitely help conceal me from those turkeys' little beady eyes and put a nice gobbler down the ground with my Huntworth on. I personally really like Huntworth. I think they're the best quality gear you can get for the price, and honestly, it's really high up there with quality overall. It is the best quality stuff I've personally ever owned. So you want to get into some new camo or some new hunting clothing, check out Huntworth and use code WCB15, I believe, on that one. Don't quote me. It's in the show notes. So if you guys are looking at wanting these codes and everything else, check the show notes because they're all listed there as well. And that's pretty much about it. So I hope you guys enjoy the episode with Matt Hoines. And see you in the next one. Thanks. Peace. Hoines. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, man. How about you?
Good. Doing real good. So if there's any new listeners they don't know, you are a sales rep, right? That's your official title at Sales Central?
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
sales,
Yep. So, I mean, personally, you're my favorite salesman. I'm not usually too keen on salesmen. You know, they get a little salesy and they get a little sly with their tongue. But you know, you're selling. The biggest thing with being a salesman, if you're selling a good product, it makes your job a little bit easier. Because you're not sitting there lying and being like, "Yeah, this car is totally reliable," and it's a fucking piece of shit. You know, so you're selling a good product out there with Sales Central. And I mean, like I've said, I don't have one yet, and I really do need to get one. But we used a shit ton of your cans when we were out there. Scotty and I came out, shot some P-Dogs with you, and those things are fucking sweet, dude.
For sure. No, yeah, I think once you kind of start, you just, there's just a lot of benefits. I think, like I was just kind of listening to yours and Sky's, but it's just, like Sky said, we were, out literally all day, 2 days, shooting 223s. You're shooting 6.5. I had, you're shooting a bunch of different calibers, and no ear pro, no one's ears are ringing.
Oh shit! Hello, Matt.
For sure. Yeah.
Hello, Matt. You there?
Oh, shit. Yeah, for some. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. What the fuck?
I'm sorry, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, no, we were talking before this. No problem.
Yeah, I think it was on my end, honestly, because I was talking and then I just didn't hear you at all. So yeah, I guess I don't know where I cut out on you, or
I don't know. You're talking about your Scotty and I and stuff. We were shooting all sorts of different calibers, and no ear pro. We're fine.
Yeah. No, just enjoy it. It just makes it a lot more enjoyable, obviously. And like you said, I'm in sales, but it's different. Like I know you're gonna love it too. So it's not like I'm not selling some car that's clapped out, that I know we just fixed up in the back, so.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah, no, it makes it a little bit easier being a salesman when you're selling a quality product and stuff. The only issue for, I think, the majority of gun owners and people like me is the price. Honestly, they're not cheap. But
for sure.
I mean, that's kind of the point too, is like you guys aren't using, I don't know, some aluminum or nothing. You guys are using titanium cans, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, almost all of our Banish. So Banish does have a couple. Like there's one that has that stainless steel. The 45 does have aluminum baffles for the pistol, but yeah, most of it's titanium. And I think a lot of it, and just kind of in the industry too, a lot of companies have some sort of a lifetime warranty. And that is what their fine print is on that stuff. But it just, unfortunately, with the NFA, it's not something that's easy to do. So a lot of companies do try to make them, built pretty well, or at least be able to last a long time, because it's just not something, in general, like, unfortunately, you just can't go pick them up, or it's not a super crazy fast process, so just, I think that's a big reason that drives that too. Some of it is just, in Africa, it's a lot different. Like you can just go buy them. So it doesn't matter if I can buy it for half the price and I can just go get it that day. Well, shit, I'll just buy a new one in 5 years, So
yeah,
I think some of that just comes into play here in the States for sure versus other places.
Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, I was talking to Scotty last night, and that episode will just count today. But I was talking to him, and I was saying, I feel like silencers should be sold in like gas stations. Like that's how non-detrimental they are to public safety, I guess, if you want to put that, like the typical gun control lingo in there. It's like they're literally they don't do anything, harmful. They only help the user and those around you, I think. So it's like to limit your access to those is just completely fucking asinine.
For sure. I always joke, and I mean, it's, it's like a stress or not, but like, you make me have a muffler on my truck, I mean, it's, like it's a muffler, I mean, that's, if you're just really trying to be simple about it, it's not, we're not James Bond. I think a lot of people know that too. It's not James Bond, but it's, it makes it most cans, and actually I was going to bring that up too, most cans are hearing safe. There are some, if you get into like some more specific or real short suppressors or, like 50 cals, there's obviously exceptions, but I would say a vast majority are built to be, at or below that hearing safe, because that's, obviously one of the big, reasons to even buy one in the first place. I said there is some different applications. They're super short guns. They have only a real small suppressor, small diameter, just they want to be real small and light. I mean, you're just not gonna have much volume there, but overall, for sure, just you can take away that. I think a lot of people don't realize that percussion, that rapport is all gone too. Like so when you're pulling the trigger, it's that's gone. It's almost like you're shooting a 22. Obviously, like 6.5 is still gonna recoil a little more, but it's more like a 22, like you just don't feel anything. So
no, dude. Oh, and the 6.5 is already like it's an easy shooting gun regardless. So I mean, putting a can on that thing is just, I mean, a child could shoot that and be fine
for sure.
I think so. No, I like you're saying, you're referring to like James Bond stuff, and even if it was like that, I still think that is like, I still think that's fine. Yeah, like I still think that's okay. Like if you can make guns completely silent, somehow, I still think that'd be okay. Like I don't, it's just like, I don't know. I'm trying to talk about the theme of like,
I mean, not silent, but bow's quiet, for sure.
I don't know. Even if you could make them like completely whisper quiet, it's like, I still think that'd be acceptable. I mean, I don't know. It's just, it's just silly in my opinion when you're talking about, the NFA items and stuff, because like I was saying yesterday too, the gun control lobby, they at least have somewhat of an argument. Not that I agree with it by any means, but they have an argument with machine guns where it's like, oh yeah, it can cause mass amounts of damage because you just pull the trigger and put a fucking bajillion round belt on it. And and you can just shoot forever. It's like, okay, well, first of all, no, but yeah, I get it. You have somewhat of an argument with machine guns, but in my opinion, there's zero argument when it comes to suppressors, short-barreled rifles, and short-barreled shotguns. So,
yeah, no, I'd be in agreement with that for sure too. Yeah, to me, there's no reason at all for sure. Just as a shooter, and then advantages of hunting too. Obviously I'm a big coyote hunter, so just getting more shots, or prairie dog hunting. Like, I mean, how many times do we shoot at shoot and miss, and they're still standing there. If you didn't throw dirt in their face, like, you're going to get more shots. So
yeah, I mean, they heard the shot, they just didn't know what it was, and they couldn't pinpoint where it came from. So they're just like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
So it's just one thing is with animals. It's like you shoot an unsuppressed rifle, and it's just a real loud, it echoes through the canyons and whatnot, and it just makes it's a lot more aggressive. And if you're using a silencer or a suppressor, it's like they still hear that sound, but they're just like, man, I don't know what that was, because it sounds like it's way far away and absolutely no trouble with them. So
for sure. Yeah. You're really hearing that, just that bullet break the sound barrier. A lot of times you're just hearing that crack of that sound barrier breaking is what you're really hearing too. So on most cans. So
yep. So I feel like with suppressors, they should be off the NFA like yesterday. And I was talking shit about some of the gun, like pro gun lobby groups out there. I'm like, why are we not attacking this more? Like, why are we not like going after? Why isn't that like really up there in the top 5 tasks to complete as soon as possible? Is getting cans, SBRs, and SBSs off the fucking NFA list. Yep. Like, get that shit off there. It doesn't need to be on there. It makes no sense. It was put on there by like ignorance is what it was. So just get rid of it.
Exactly. No, and I think too, like. And I wish I'd saved these numbers somewhere, but there was a stat of like the first, what was it, 40 some year? I think it was like the first 40 years compared to, any time after that. And, like the amount, even since like 2010, 2015 of suppressor raises through the roof. So I guess I am a little bit hopeful, like, more people get them, the more right people get them, like it can be, start to move the needle. And I guess we're kind of talking about, I guess NFA and all that BS too. So some cool things have happened recently, like just with the ATF and the NFA. They got new leadership, so they just have new guy kind of, calling the shots. And they were able to share some stats with us that I can kind of let out. And, I won't be, crazy detailed, everything I can share, but we'll be kind of showing more on Silencer Central's like social medias and emails and stuff like that too soon. But really biggest couple of things, like I said, ATF got new leadership, hired more people. He actually told us that it was like 30 to 40% of paperwork and stuff they were doing was actually like duplicate. So like, Jacob Boss Suppressor, they submitted the e-file with a new e-file, but now their examiner was doing paperwork. And, like I said, 34% of that they didn't need to be doing because e-file is already doing it. So that just takes, huge workload off right there. Just other different processes that they're doing. Overall, we actually broke records the last 2 months in a row for most like e-form applications that we've ever got back. So, if you'd called me 5-6 months ago, I would have told you like an 8-month wait time. Now averages 4 to 5 months. So it is just overall, it's damn near cut in half, from what it was even last year. So it is definitely going to the right process, the right place. And with that too, like with new e-forms, there's even some people getting super, super fast approvals. Like I'm talking like same day, next day, 2-day approval type stuff.
Holy shit.
There's a couple different ways. Yeah. So obviously that's like going to drive a huge, I think there's a decent amount of people out there that they have the money or could spend the money on it. It's just, it also, shit, I want to give you give you $1,000, $800, $1,200, whatever it is, and then wait 8 months. So ATF now, if you submit it with an individual, because there's really kind of two different ways to submit, like as an individual, as a trust, like around 50% individuals are getting approved actually in less than a week. So there's a vast majority of people out there now, they're just going to have week less wait times. Part of that too, just, if you're a guy that doesn't have a super common name, maybe if you're like Jacob Johnson, and there's some asshole that was a felon out there, that might kind of hurt you just because of the NICS check, that's really what it's based off of. Yeah. So now Silencer Central, we're doing, consummation as a trust, which like I said, has been coming a lot faster overall, or you do have the option to do an individual too. Obviously there's some differences there. I do still really think a trust is the way to go, but it's going to be kind of that person's option too. So,
yeah, I from my understanding about it, that I feel like a trust is still pretty important to get done because with a trust, the whole thing with a trust is you can put other people's names on there and they're able to use it, correct?
For sure. Yeah. So there's some pros to trust, and even with like,
well, shit. Done fucking lost them.
The world moves fast. Your workday, even faster. Pitching products, drafting reports, analyzing data. Microsoft 365 Copilot is your AI assistant for work. Built into Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and other Microsoft 365 apps you use. Helping you quickly write, analyze, create, and summarize. So you can cut through clutter and clear a path to your best work. Learn more at Microsoft.com/M365 Copilot.
All right, hold on, guys. Let's give this fucking Yahoo a call. All right, Matt. Lost you for a second there, and we had to clear up some technical difficulties with the sound quality, but you sound fucking great now. Hopefully our call doesn't get dropped again, so don't hang up on me.
No, for sure. Yeah. So, I think we're kind of, talking about like individual versus trust. I think so kind of what I was saying, like I personally had, or seen approvals, super short with trust too. So ATF is working to fast track basically individuals and then people with trust that are submitted just like with one person. So, Silencer Central, there are some other companies that submit it with one person. It's kind of the way to do it. So you can, Jacob Johnson's buying it. We'll put someone on there, generally wife or a good buddy as kind of a backup. After approval is when you can actually add people onto it. That way it's only running background on the one person, just helps it not run on multiple people. So, just other advantages of trust. Yeah, just, allows you to put people onto it, so you can have family or friends so they can legally use it. Like great example, I like that. Like grandpa's taking grandson or granddaughter hunting, it's son suppressor. That's that way that can be legally done and still, go out and use a suppressor. I think that's something that'd be super common for a lot of people, or wife, taking whatever, you know what I mean? So,
yep.
That's a big deal there, just letting other people use it. And then, path of succession, you're able to pass it down, not having to go through, pay the tax stamp, return the suppressor, go through whatever wait time or fees, that has came up or, at that point. So,
okay,
that's really big advantages of that.
So if I get a suppressor and put my wife and daughter on it, then do they have to be over 18 to get put on the trust?
Yes, 18 to be on the trust.
Okay, so my daughter turns 18, I put her on the trust, and then I die. Then she can legally just take the can and it's hers.
Yep. There is some paperwork. So there's a little bit of paperwork. It's called like a Form 5. So they'll have some paperwork, like kind of rundown version. Essentially, they're going to sign, stating they understand they're going to be taking ownership of this suppressor, all that. But there's no like fees or wait time, stuff like that. That trust allows that path of succession.
Okay. And then she is able to add people to that trust after that too?
Yep. And then so it's a one-time path succession. So like next time around, like, say granddaughter is going to give it to great-granddaughter. Great-granddaughter would have to pay a tax stamp, do some stuff then. It is only like a one-time transfer, but I guess, yeah. So,
see, that's what I'm saying, dude.
Forever,
the fucking ATF.
Right? The fucking government.
That's what I'm fucking saying. This is some fucking bullshit, man. So my great-granddaughter is going to have to pay another $200 for the same fucking can?
For the same can. Or, and then that's the other bigger thing with the individual, too, is, we have, great example. Dude's 21. He's not married, doesn't have kids, wants a can, wants it fast. To him right now, like, why the hell wouldn't I buy it? I don't care. I don't even have a girlfriend. What does it matter? It's just 10 years, 20 years down the road when he does have the kid, even if he's single and he realizes like, hey, I should probably give this to someone versus just letting it go to waste. Mm-hmm. He'd have to pay another $200 tax stamp to get it put onto a trust in the future. So, I guess that's kind of gotcha. Like one of the biggest cons with the individual. Some people, like maybe they really don't hunt with people or shoot, and, that's not a huge deal, but like I said, I think the path of succession or being able to just have that option in the future mm-hmm. is a big deal, not having to cost yourself more money, but there is, I've sold cans to people recently that they're cool with paying the extra $200 in the future, so that's I guess more power to you. I guess I just don't want to do that personally, I'd rather, I guess just plan ahead or try to, and mm-hmm. if it's 4 months or whatever, it's a lot better than it used to be. And I waited a year for my first one, so
yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's smart just to get it done right away, but mm-hmm. I don't know if you're going to be able to answer this or not, but what happens if I buy a can, I don't put it in a trust, I don't put anyone on it, and then I die?
You bet.
What the fuck? Does the ATF come to my fucking door and grab it?
I guess I can't
take
say,
it home?
Not that, I guess I haven't heard about it, not that I know of, but so legally it is supposed to get sent back to, brought back to a Class 3 dealer, and who then would, send it back in or just straight up sent back to the ATF.
So you'd have to go to a Class 3 dealer, so it wouldn't even stop there? It wouldn't get taken to a Class 3 dealer and then he could then resell it to someone else as a used can?
It'd be sent back to ATF.
What?
Yeah, because that tax stamp is tied to a serial number.
Oh my fuck.
Yeah, because it's illegal to own a tax stamp legal to own a suppressor without a tax stamp. If that tax stamp is already tied to someone, there's paperwork that if I wanted to sell my suppressor, you can, but I got to sign that paperwork saying that I'm selling it. Now he's dead, he can't do that.
So what the fuck does the ATF do with all these cans they get sent to them?
They destroy them.
What?
As far as I know, is what we've been That's my understanding. I guess truly don't know, but that's my understanding. So,
dude, oh my
Yep.
god, oh my
Yeah, it
god,
makes you mad, huh?
oh my god, it makes
Yeah.
you so mad. And then we sit here and dude. If you're gonna do that, at least sell the cans as the government. Sell them back to the Class 3
Yeah.
dealers or back to fucking Silencer Central or somewhere. Sell them back to them for I don't know, a couple $100, whatever the fuck. Give them a deal and help pay for your shitty organization. But that's just my opinion, I guess, on it. That's crazy.
No,
It's the same kind of story. I heard
No, I
this
hear you.
story not too long, or a couple weeks ago. I read this. Someone was saying, a bunch of M16 A1s or A2s, like Vietnam era M16s, right? The federal government owned them. They gave them to this law enforcement agency, and this law enforcement agency used them for, X amount of years. They didn't, law enforcement guys, they don't really use their rifles that much. Like, it's not like the military. They're not taking them to war and shooting the shit out of them every single day in, day out, and really abusing them like that. So that law enforcement agency decided, like, hey, we don't want these anymore. We're going to upgrade to newer, like, M4 style fucking ARs, right? And so they had to send all of them back, and then they got destroyed by the federal government, by the ATF probably.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's nuts. You're talking about like probably like tens of thousands of dollars in rifles that were perfectly fine, that you're just like, yeah, all right, well, it's ran its course, time to destroy them. Like, that's nuts. That's just absolutely fucking nuts to me.
Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, see, so I said I don't know 1,000%, but that's what makes me. I mean, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they got a fucking pile and they're, whatever they do, once a month they're cutting shit up, So yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what they do. Like, if I get one, or when I get one, and then I die and no one's there on the trust to take it. It's like, what do they just? How do they even find out that I'm dead? Like, surely they're not tracking everyone's life cycle.
Right. Yeah, no, I really don't know, because there's definitely, I mean, just it's been enough time. I mean, there's definitely suppressors, that are out there that people bought them and died that were individuals, and I know there just has to be,
Oh,
so
surely.
I really don't know. I mean, I guess I just kind of tell everyone, it's just know it's a felony to have a suppressor without a tax stamp, I guess, is my best recommendation. Unfortunately, right now, as shitty as it is, it just,
And we're definitely not like condoning this behavior by any means. It's
Yeah,
like,
no.
we don't want you guys to become felons. Like, don't take this as like an okay to just to do this. We're just spitballing ideas here and, like, I guess talking shit. But it's like, it does seem crazy that they'd be like, oh, well, I don't know, fucking Jacob Johnson, he's pushing like 185 now. We never got that fucking suppressor back from him, after he died. So and then I don't know, it's just they come to my last residence and it's like, hey, do you guys have that? But
No,
I don't know. Yeah, definitely follow the law. Like, as dumb as some of these laws are, follow them, because no one needs to be going to prison and getting them hemmed up for anything stupid like that. So, it might be silly, but we just gotta play the game as long as the game has these rules. So, yeah. But so I mean, that's badass though, that the ATF at least is trying to expedite the process a little bit and trying to get it done a little bit quicker.
For sure. No, and I think that's part of it too. I just, I think there's enough people and some certain right people, getting them, and just as shitty as it is, it's just, there's just not enough people that are really able to do it for how many, really applications and stuff the ATF is processing. Is the 3 years I've been here, that always seems to be like the number one thing. No matter what else they have, it's just, hey, we only have this many agents. We made $100 million plus last year off of tax scams, and 60 agents doing all that. It's just that doesn't math, so
right.
like it just, that's shitty. So.
Yeah, no, it is shitty. I do want to ask, I don't want to put you on the spot, and you can tell me to fuck off if you don't want to really answer it either, but online, I've been keeping up with like Silencer Central socials and stuff and following you guys around and whatnot, but you guys had a picture not too long ago. I think it was it Brandon that was meeting up with the ATF or something like that, and you had a picture taken with some of them?
Yep.
And they're talking about like, hey, big things coming. We're talking about the exact same thing that we're talking about right now, but before it started happening, it is like when it's getting implemented or something. And pretty cool things coming on. But then I look in the comments, and like, there's a bunch of people on there saying, like fucking Silencer Co. or X other Silencer brand is like, well, why are their wait times so much shorter than Silencer Central's? Is it like all on the ATF and it's just kind of hit or miss, and they're just going off of anecdotal evidence rather than empirical data, where or is it like a choking point in Silencer Central as a company, or is like you guys are good, you guys are done, it's just the ATF and it depends on when they get it done?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's not like we're perfect, but no, I mean, on like the wait time from when it's submitted to when it's approved, that has, absolutely, that has nothing to do with, if it's Silencer Central, if you buy it from Silencer Shop or Joe Schmo's, suppressors down the road. Yeah, I mean, once it's submitted, there really is, nothing that any of the dealers can do. I said for a little bit there, like, and especially recently, probably with that post, ATF had been doing like kind of this new process. We've been seeing these approvals, like I said, about 2 months or a little longer than that. So the industry knows, and if people follow a lot or buy a lot of suppressors or just are on like suppressor pages, dude gets approved fast on tax stamp. There's some guys that post on it like, look at me, right away. Mm-hmm. So part of that too is just like, we weren't doing individuals before. Now, like I said, we're live with individuals too, so people have that option. So some of it is just trust can take a little bit longer. That's another thing with ATF. They just are trying to fast track that. So Silencer Central, we were about 40% of all trust submissions in the country last year. So part of us, like, so 40, like I said, I think it was just a little over, but right about 40% was Silencer Central. So part of that meaning too, like ATF is, and it's not just, so we're not just special, they're not treating us special, but like for trust for, say like the big three, Silencer Central, Silencer Shop, Capital Army, those are going to be like, I would say your biggest three players. We all like, you buy a can if you do a trust, like it's, it's somewhat templated trust, right? So they're going to be working on doing like templates to help with that. So I said, as long as it's just one person on the trust, this is Silencer Central's trust, I just need to check this, and this bullet point, perfect, we're out and we're done. I don't need to read the 20 pages or whatever it is, because we know this is all the same. So ATF, I just is encouraging that they're trying to do some stuff like that too, I guess, to help with just wait time. I mean, not just for us, but I said for trust overall. Mm-hmm. Some of it too, I think some people like, if we mail to your front door, but unfortunately legally there's like another step with that. Like we have to physically mail a Clio notification. Once that's delivered, there's a 7-day wait time, and then we can mail it. So you get approved, it can be 2 to 4 weeks to get your suppressor after approval, just because we have to legally do that wait time, and then, just mail time in general, So I think sometimes some people get, shit, you waited a year, you get approved, and 3 weeks later, you're like waiting on your can. I think some people get, kind of frustrated with that stuff too. So
I got you. So when you're mailing to your front door after it gets the tax stamp gets approved, then that's when you're able to do that other paperwork in order to mail it.
Correct. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. So like the steps, you get approved, you'll do a 4473 electronically, showing you're taking ownership. We send notification out to the Clio. Like I said, as soon as that's shown as delivered, received, like send it prior mail or whatever it is, like higher end mail. Once that shows delivered, we can start a 7-day timer. On that 7th day, we're able to, after that 7 days, we're able to ship out. So, that is like, sometimes I think people, and I'm not, sometimes people buy online, they don't talk to any of us sales guys or anything like that too. So sometimes that, if they just don't truly know the full process, or, there's been times like honestly right now, we broke records the last 2 months for approvals, which is badass, but over 6,000 approvals 1 month and like 8,000 next month. That means we got to ship that many suppressors, so like some of that can be bottlenecked a little bit too. And obviously like they're hiring more people and all that, but overall vast majority, unfortunately, the ATF sucks. And I mean, you got to just wait. Once it's submitted, there's that wait. But no, if anyone's ever talking about like, well, I bought through Silencer Central and it took this long, unfortunately, yeah, I mean, it looks bad on us, but there's just, if it truly is just from the time to be submitted to approved, there's just nothing that,
Okay.
anyone can do, I guess. So,
Right. And, in me personally, whenever I'm reading those comments and stuff, I always take them with a grain of salt. It's like, you always got to take comments like that with a grain of salt because when you're talking about the government and stuff, it's so hit or miss. It could be bada bing, bada boom, you're done, or it could be wait. And it's like there's really not a whole lot of consistency when you're talking about the government of any size, but especially the federal government. It's like I used to work for them. When I was in the Army, It's like sometimes it's like when they want to get something done, they can get it done as fast as they want. But it's like if something that you want them to do, it seems like it's always a little bit harder, like whenever you're trying to clear things or do other things, it's like it just always seems like it's like when it's something that I want to do, they're like, we're going to take our time. But if it's something that they want to do, it's like, we need it yesterday. You better fucking do it. It's like, shit, okay.
No, they're consistently inconsistent. I always joke. It's just, I mean, like, I've truly seen, from last 2 months, we've seen approvals, at 2 days to a year. You know what I mean? So there truly is that big a span. So it's just, like I said, a vast majority, and most of them are 4 to 5 months, and there's probably a lot larger chunk that are shorter than longer. Mm-hmm. But like I said, I had a guy that walked in that was approved in, he was 1 day under a year, and like, I have nothing. I don't know why. What's different from him, from the dude that submitted and got approved in 5 days. And like I said, some of that is, their name. If the guy maybe did have something somewhat sketchy on the record, they'd look more into, or so I think more of it is, like a dude, I had a guy who just had a super common name. I'm like, there's got to be someone that did something wrong, and they're just making sure that you're not that dude. Right. Like you got the same name, like
Bob Johnson.
Yeah.
Like, sorry,
yeah,
dude. There's probably a bad Bob Johnson there somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or Jacob Johnson. That's a super commmen name. I'm fully prepared that whenever I decide to pull the trigger on a suppressor, I'm fucking seeing a year, bud. It's like
No, I mean, and it's not. I mean, shit. And if I knew, like, I've had a suppressor that's been submitted, it'll be 5 months and a week, or like a little over 8-9 days or something like that, so it's just, I mean, should I work for Science? There's nothing, like if I knew how to make it go faster, I'd be approved already,
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I get it. I get that this shit takes time. And I know that some people, it's just like when you're looking at anecdotal evidence and everything else, like that type of stuff can be, not the most accurate to the majority, I guess. So
for sure. No, and like I said, I mean, we're not perfect. There's definitely times that, we've messed up and stuff, but it's just overall, no, I mean, I just, I don't think we can, have 40% of, the trust market if we're doing it wrong all the time, either. So it's just when you sell the most, not the most, but you sell a lot of volume, you're going to, that just stuff comes up. You're just unfortunately never going to please everyone, so.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I mean, shit happens. I mean, everyone's human too. So there's always a certain sense of human error involved in that, and I mean, let's face it, the paperwork needs to touch a lot of hands in order to get done. So it's like, it's bound to have issues with certain people every once in a while. So
for sure.
But,
go ahead, man.
I was just going to say, it's nice that the ATF is finally like doing something on their end to make things a little bit better.
For sure. No, I'll pay down that too, like something like I know we're really proud of. And a lot of it's just like a lot of stuff we've invested in. But Silencer Central last year had approval, or since this last like 2024 and forward, we've had a 99.9% approval rate. Like, so essentially meaning if a customer can buy a can legally, he can get approved. He's getting approved. So, under 0.01% is, or 0.1% or less is like errors on us. Like you guys fucked the paperwork up, so there is, Damn. I mean, we have multiple checks, that we go through. So that is really cool too. It's just, we see disapprovals and stuff, but a lot of times, I mean, I said 99% of the time, it's not because of us. So that's also like good to work, like nice to know that like, I guess I'm not worried about shit, dude. This guy's just paperwork going to go through just because we did it right, So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I like those odds. So
yeah, for sure.
I'll take a 99.9% success rate any day. Like if I look at say Wyoming, right? And there's a unit there that has a 99.9% success rate on 340 plus inch bulls. Yeah, I'm gonna go to that fucking unit, dude.
Hell yeah!
Of course, I'm gonna go to that unit.
For sure.
So it's like it's kind of a no brainer. Then you look to the neighbor, and there's like a fucking even if it's a 98% success rate in a neighboring unit, it's like, well, I'm gonna go to the 99.9%.
Hell yeah!
So
no, that's funny you bring that one. So just funny story with a customer. I had a customer who's bought a couple cans for me, and I don't know, he called me a few weeks ago or whatever. Hey, thinking about buying a couple more suppressors. And then, something came up, whatever. He wasn't able to call me back. And then he texted me, he's like, hey, I had surgery or whatever. Call me, whatever, next week. Next week, this is last week. Call him. We start talking. And I'm like, you know what? Did you get a whole new knee or what happened? And he had tore his meniscus and he had surgery on it before, but he drew a Colorado bull tag that he'd been waiting for. And he said he was at I think he said he was at like 8 weeks and they told him he can't do physical stuff till 12 or, 11, 10 to 12. So he was like 2 to 3 weeks ahead of what he was supposed to be doing shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when it opened. He's like, well, I wasn't missing that, So he's like, I went on the hunt. He's like, I went on the hunt, retore my meniscus on the hunt. And I was like, well, I mean, did you shoot a bull? He's like, yeah, I shot 356 bull actually. I was like, dude, I'd do that right now.
Yeah, dude.
I'll tear my meniscus right now. Let's go.
I'll rip it out with my bare fucking hands, dude.
Yeah. No, that's what he said. He was kind of joking. He's like, yeah, so it sucks, but like, can't be that mad, I'd do it again. So
yeah, well, I mean, then at least now he can sit there and recover at his house looking at a 356 inch bull that he killed. So it's like, that's got to help the sting of another surgery. So
for sure, yeah. I'm like, yeah, that's when he said, I'm like, yeah, where can I sign up for that? I'm in.
No shit, dude. It is, it's kind of funny. It's just a little blip of. It's like free healthcare kind of thing that always rolls around. It's like, that's why we need free healthcare for guys like that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That's the only time I support like a free healthcare situation is if it's for like that guy.
Hunting injury. Yeah. That's what he said. He's like, 2 days in, I just knew. He's like, I could feel it. But I've never, I guess, torn my meniscus or anything, but he said like, I walked on it for a month or so, after that too, before I got, or whatever, or shit longer than that. He just got surgery on it in, elk season, but was, back then. But so no, it's just funny, I guess it's like, so.
I don't think a meniscus tear is like that bad of a deal. It's annoying. No. I know guys that have torn meniscuses and, like they'll, sometimes they'll go, months and months and months, if not sometimes years of being like, I know it's torn. It's just, it is what it is. Fuck it. At that point, it'll pop out and like do weird shit and like mess around on them. But they're like, as long as I'm conscious about it, then it's pretty stable. But it's just you gotta be constantly conscious about it. So.
No, I know how that. I tore my labrum. Actually, it was kind of the same thing. It was like, it was tore, and then. Actually, my dad had a heart attack, so then my parents' insurance was paid for. So my mom was like, if you want to get that surgery on your shoulder, you should just do it now, So that's actually why I got surgery on it. But
well, that makes sense, yeah. We've already met our deductible, so get it done,
let's send it,
yeah. Dude, I have a guy that I work with. He's, him and his wife had, like, went through a kind of a little bout of, like, fairly expensive, like, testing and stuff in the hospital. Those tests can get up there in price, but he hit his deductible after like the first like few months of the year. He's like, well, might as well get all this other shit done that I've been putting off for the past few years. So he's been getting like back shit done and everything else, and he's just like, might as well fucking bang it out while my deductible is met. So that's funny though. Yeah, exactly. Why not? Sure. Yeah, but so as far as Silencer Central side of things go, is there anything else new in the world of silencers and stuff that you want to touch on?
New suppressors? No, we do have one new can. As far as like, obviously just ATF kind of starting to figure some stuff out and going a lot faster. And I guess that's one other thing just about suppressors overall. It has caused, crazy, a lot more people are buying. So now we're actually starting to see, it's weird. Like I'm starting to tell guys there's lead times on getting a suppressor, like the lead time might be more than waiting for the ATF just to get the suppressor, so that's kind of crazy too. So like, that's a different flip on it. It's just, I think, like I said, there's a lot of people buying them and some manufacturers. I just don't know if they're just, can't handle it or just weren't big enough, not big enough, weren't ready or whatever it is. And there are some that are still good, but I mean, like I said, there's definitely a decent amount that don't have inventory right now too, which is kind of crazy. So, but yeah, no, new cans. Honestly, we have one new suppressor. We do have some more stuff in the works that I'm honestly really excited about for like kind of more in the hunting market. But we did launch a Banish Speed K. So that is kind of like our entry into the low back pressure, like controlled flow, 3D printed. So it's first for controlled flow, first for 3D printed for us. It's 100% Inconel. So really we have like FBI contract is what we built it for. It's awesome design. I think it's just in general flow through suppressors. They're built more like high use, hard abuse, not to be as quiet as possible out there. So this can is 2-inch diameter, so it's a little bit fatter, and it's 4 inches long is all. So you're only on 4 inches overall to the end of your gun. So I said, like, law enforcement, FBI contracts, we sell a lot to those guys, just clearing houses or, like SWAT guys that are in vehicles and have to get in and out and stuff. Just, 4 inches versus, say, another top control flow can is, 6-7 inches. You can almost cut it in half and still get very similar sound reduction because you have a lot larger. It's just larger diameter, so you get some of that volume back, diameter versus length too. So
yeah, dude. I mean, that's something I've always told people too. It's like, less accidents. It's a lot easier to pull out when you're shorter. So that's one way to sell it.
Yeah, no, dude. I mean, now I said it. It measures 4 inches long, plays like 8. So a lot of people are used to that.
Yeah, it's about the girth, not the length. That's what matters here in this situation, so that's good.
Yeah, you gotta get the sides of the tuna can.
Yeah. That's right, dude. That's what I'm talking about. But I've seen that pop up. That is an interesting can though, because it seems like it's gonna hit. It seems like it's gotten pretty fairly good reception in the tactical world and stuff.
For sure. Nope. And some of our sales guys were just at Reed's Gun Fair. It's a pretty big gun fair up in Minnesota, and there's like a big live range shoot, and ATF was there, and they had like binaries and some full auto stuff that they were doing. Like, if you paid, I think it was kind of like special. And if you paid more, whatever, you go shoot that stuff, but we gave them 2 speed Ks to shoot. And I was told, like I said, I wasn't there, but I was told they shot probably 1,500, 2,000 rounds. All of it was with either binary or full auto. And those speed Ks came, and I saw the speed. They came back looking, I mean, you couldn't even really tell, like, if you open them or smell them, like, yeah, there's carbon, and it's, you can smell it's been shot, but like the paint, the coating, all that held up, awesome. And that's like, so that's all fast, high rate of fire. So yeah, it's SOCOM rated, full auto rated, no barrel length restriction. It's hearing safe on a 10.3 AR or bigger for 5.56. So you can go pretty short, still not need ear pro. So
wow.
Like I say, even at 10.3, you're still, under that, so if you do an SBR, and you can still be under 16 inches overall with the can. So it's pretty cool. Yeah,
that's awesome. I didn't know it was still hearing safe all the way down to a 10.5. That's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing I heard about is like, they're like, yeah, it's, noticeably louder than like a standard,
for sure,
can. But
sure, yeah. No, okay, go for it. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, it's noticeably louder, but to know that it's still hearing safe all the way down to a 10.5, that's pretty impressive.
For sure. No, and don't get me wrong. I mean, that's at the top of the hearing. It's not like we're way under here, but at that short of barrel, it's at the top. But yeah, like I said, I mean, honestly, I think a lot of times, guys, if you're at the range, you're doing that, you probably will. This is maybe one of the cans you still, if you're going to run a lot, you might still wear ear pro, but it's just gonna. So overall, it's going to make it a lot more enjoyable too. And I mean, I've shot at no ear pro. It's just, I said, all it kind of depends. if you're in a tin roof or something like that too, that, I mean, that matters, like It really does. It's crazy. You can shoot in a tin roof and walk 10 feet away and it's, sounds way quieter. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's 5.56 223 only, right?
Yep, that'd be 5.56 223. Yep, we will be coming out like another version of like 5.56 223, like kind of speed K, maybe something a little lighter, and then like maybe not. That's not gonna be. If that's gonna be just more guy, they don't have the binary. They don't. They just maybe they have a shorter AR. They just don't want the overall length.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna be the SOCOM rated high use thing. But then, I know we have some other cans just coming out. I guess I really can't honestly talk much about those, but we have a couple or 3 cans that I know of that for sure are going to be, players or cans that people are going to want to buy. It's just, I think we're kind of, we have a decent spread out there now. So now I think we're kind of really starting to refine kind of what, like, hey, if we could change this or change that, what would it be and why, so.
Can you, for like, I know you can't say much, but can you give us at least? Can you? Because you mentioned something about the. I don't want to put you in a bad spot, but is it you were mentioning something about more of like a hunting? Time? Like,
So there's going to be one coming out, and this will be probably like our most published. It's going to be partnered with pretty big people in the industry, and it's going to be hunting specific suppressor.
Okay, gotcha.
It's going to be, we have the backcountry, maybe kind of think of that, but it's going to have some more goodies to it, I guess, if you will, just a little more flexibility to it still, like I said, going to be, overall that kind of concept, 30 cal or something for rifles, to cover hunting caliber stuff, but not adding a bunch of length or weight or, but no, there's, I guess that's where I'll go. Yep. I said, well, it'd definitely be a lot of stuff published on it for sure. Like I said, it's going to be a pretty big announcement when we actually do come out with that one. It's something that actually, I've been here almost 3.5 years. Is actually from like 2 months after I started. I know this has been like being worked on. So it's a undertaking, I guess, for the partnership and just to actually, I mean, it's a lot of stuff too, just to make it all work and to make sure it's, I can, because you can have whoever's name you want tied to, I guess in my opinion, but what's the can, I mean, like, you're going to get like we have a $130 with Buck Commander. You're going to get those people that know Willie or the Robertsons, or they just love what they stand for and they want to support them. So they're going to buy it. You're going to get that. And you're going to have some people obviously have a bigger following. I mean, shit, WCB knows that, obviously, but like, also there is going to be just Joe Schmo Googling, hunting suppressors. And if he doesn't give a shit about what it's tagged with, but why would he, like, there's still going to be a reason why you're going to buy that over, other hunting suppressors or whatever, that are out there. So
I see what you're saying. Kind of like Air Jordans, like they were tied to Michael Jordan, but they're also really good shoes. So it's like it wasn't just a product that was already out that you're slapping a name on and making it expensive.
For sure.
Not to be not to be a douche or a hater. I'm not hating. I think Steven Ronaldo has done really good things, the Meat Eater and all that stuff. But for Federal to slap a Meat Eater logo on the same fucking box of ammo, but just but make it like $5 to $10 more expensive. It's like, man, fuck, dude. It's like
what do they call it? It's like it's a trophy line, or premium, Federal premium.
Federal premium, yeah. And then they slap Steve's smiling ass face on there, and then slap a big old Meat Eater logo on it, and people are like, oh hell yeah, is what Steve uses. I'm good with it. Then if it works for him, it works for me. And I do get that. I totally understand that aspect because people watch Meat Eater, they watch him get out there in the field, and they watch him fucking put down these animals, and they're like, yep, it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me. I'll buy it. So I do get it. Yeah, I understand, but it's the upselling of the same product just because of a packaging.
Exactly.
It's like kind of like
it's a different logo, or
it can be something.
Sure. That's what I said too. That was my because I mean I'm not making decisions, but they ask sales opinion stuff about something, and that's what I like. So I don't care whose name it is, if it's the biggest dude or the smallest dude that no one knows and we're trying to make him big. Whatever the concept is, like you still gotta it's still a suppressor that someone's tied to for life, you know, like they're not just gonna, you know, like you can't just like, we can't just make a Banish 30 but put a, you know, a logo on it and be like, cool, we got a new suppressor, and it's the same exact thing, you know. So
right.
that's not what happened, I guess. So yeah. So,
no, I get what you're saying. Sure. Yeah. No, that's good. I'm excited about that, because I mean, as far as like suppressors and shit go, I mean, there's a huge market in the tactical world, obviously, and they need to be catered to for sure. And they're some of the biggest buyers out there, because let's be honest, the hunting community is awesome, but there's, you know, it's a lot of them are frugal. You know, a lot of them are just like good old boys out in the country, and they don't have a shit ton of money to be, you know, spending. But when you're talking about like the tactical world, there's a lot more, I guess, buyers there, you know, for when it comes to things like that. So I guess in the hunting world, a lot of people are looking for, you know, I'm willing to pay for a good suppressor that is versatile, that I can use forever, basically. And 100%. I think that's a product that you guys are really putting your name on, is like, you know, like, hey, we have some of the fucking highest quality suppressors out there. They're good for, you know, your lifetime, probably, because you guys have lifetime warranty on your shit, right?
Yeah, we got we got lifetime, like lifetime warranty too. You know, it's like,
you're putting your name
one thing I always tell people, our Banish 45 not rated for rifle calibers. I personally had a customer, his son I think was 13, 14, you know, was out there shooting with him. His dad wasn't just paying attention. He was like, hey, put this suppressor on this AR now and you can shoot it. Kid grabs the wrong suppressor, puts it on the AR, shoots all, you know, dumps a mag, 'cause he's a kid, you know, he's having fun shooting stuff, dumps a mag, just warps all the baffles, fucks everything up. You know, guy brings it in. Obviously, there's some like, we got to like replace it. It's not like he can just get a new can that, you know, like we don't just fix it instantly, but there's a warranty. Like we fix it, replace. That dude didn't have to pay anything. He was out of his suppressor for, you know, week, 2 weeks or whatever. And then now he's basically got a brand new suppressor because we replaced everything, you know? So no, we do stand behind it too. And it's just, I mean, I think that's another thing too, like with a lot of companies having that high warranty is like, we don't want to do warranty work, you know, that no one does, you know, it's like we're trying to build it so we don't have to, obviously, but shit does happen for sure. So, I mean, you were with me, you know, like I don't think I've ever told you, but like that baffle strikes that I was having when we were at prairie dog shooting, I've never had that, you know what happened? You knew that. I'd never had it, but I've narrowed it down. It has to be. I've checked my contricity. I've done all that with my rifle. It had to have been bad ammo. Like, I don't know anything else. I put that same suppressor. I was just shooting it like a few weeks ago with my buddy, making sure it was on, and it just, you know, shooting tack. So, you know, there's just sometimes shit happens, you know, like, I don't know, that tip just couldn't handle the pressure or whatever it was, and it was expanding after it got out of the barrel, and my can was catching it. You know, I think those kind of happened there. But
yeah, that was your 22 250, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a 250, and that truly was, dude, I bought that. I remember buying that box of ammo in Perry, Georgia. Actually, like just. So that was when ammo was like just starting to come back, kind of hard to find. Some vendor there I was walking around the show before had this box of 2250 that looked like it was, you know, it literally looked like he came out, like you could barely hold the plastic. The cardboard could barely hold the rounds in it, you know, but he had it for like a fair price, and the ammo, like it all looked new, you know, it's just the box had been beat to shit. So I bought it, and that was the ammo, you know, so my lesson there, I guess. I don't know. But.
Yeah, don't buy ammo in Perry, Georgia, dude. You know?
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah.
Don't need no back alley fucking ammo, man. That's not what you want. It's like,
it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Need my money back.
Yeah, no, I remember that too, and you were pretty frustrated about it. But it's like, it's one of those things too where, you know, it's nice to know that the equipment that you're taking in the field. 'Cause me personally, I'm more willing to pay a little bit higher of a price tag if the company has a lifetime warranty on their shit, because that tells me that the company stands behind their product, and it's probably going to be made well. Because, like you said, no one really likes to do warranty work besides maybe Vortex. I think that might be the only company that doesn't do warranty work. But you know, yeah, buzzing, just joking. I love, you know, Vortex is great. I do like those guys over there in Vortex. But let's be honest, sometimes sometimes shit happens, and like they have a great warranty, and at least the users aren't afraid to call them and say, hey, this happened.
Yeah. Dude, Vortex, honestly, that I will give them that, and I don't think every place like that, but unless it's changed. But dude, our shields is like they sell enough Vortex. Like I haven't personally done it, but like my buddy had a Vortex on his 350. Right, we were going to sight it in. Wouldn't shoot. It was shooting feet off. We couldn't get it. It was bottomed out. We couldn't get it to zero. We're like, what the heck, what the heck, or whatever. Look at everything else, and we're like, it's got to be the scope. So we just next day we go to work, go to Shields over lunch, bring it in, and they're like, yeah, take a new one, and we'll take that one, thanks. And it's like that, literally it was that, and yep, we'll send it down warranty. You guys are good to go.
See, no.
So like that shit, cool. That is because there's sometimes like, dude, think that shit happened and we're out prairie dog hunting. It's like, it's a hassle, but in 2 hours, we could have been rapid back shooting, sighting it in with a new scope, I don't know if Rapid City Shields does that, but that's just kind of cool that Vortex does that. Yeah.
It is cool.
So, honestly, I guess I just bought new Leupold range BX4 ranges or whatever, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. I do like Vortex. I have some Vortex stuff. I've had Vortex binoculars in the past. I've had Vortex scopes. I've had Vortex rangefinder. Like I've had their stuff. I've had a Vortex red dot. Like I've used Vortex stuff, and it's never failed me personally. But it is. They do have a great warranty, honestly, and that is one thing why. And they have. Their prices are hard to beat too, on a lot of things because they have such a wide range of prices. You can get into a pretty cheap Vortex and has the same warranty as the fucking, the Viper line. Diamondback. The Diamondback line has the same warranty as the Viper line, whatever. So it's like that's cool. Like that's really cool that you see behind their product. And Leupold, they have a great warranty on all their stuff too. They don't have. No, sure. It's not as all encompassing as Vortex because Vortex they go the extra mile and they even warranty all of their electronic shit.
Yep.
So I mean,
and I did honestly think about that, but it's like I don't know. I did. I don't know. I think the glass on the Leupold, I guess kind of what sold me. I think it's think it maybe is a little better. Yeah,
it is.
If I'm going to spend that much on range finding binos too, I need the best. Unless I was going to buy some, Swaros and spend $4,000, but I don't think my wife would have liked that. So
I will still say this. I stand on this. Leupold is the best optics you can get for that price range. In my opinion,
I agree.
It's like the glass clarity, everything with Leupold is top notch, and for the price that they're putting on their stuff, it's the best you're going to find in that price range. In my personal opinion, that I've seen, Vortex is good, but Leupold Leupold is better when it comes to quality and clarity and all that stuff that you want in glass. Like I said, I'll be honest, their warranty is not as all encompassing, but every piece of glass they have that Leupold has is 100% lifetime warranty. I think it's just their electronics that they don't fully warranty. So like if you have a rangefinder and some, I don't know, shit starts getting fried up inside of there and it's an electronic issue, they're not necessarily gonna warranty that. I don't think. I could be wrong, but I think that's like the line that is drawn.
No,
there.
You're correct. Yeah, okay. I think it's because like I said, I just do that. I spend a lot of time like looking before I bought rangefinder binos, and I think it's 3 years it might be 5 years. But yeah, it's lifetime on the glass, and it's either 3 or 5 on like the rangefinder. So
right. So I mean, like, worst case scenario, you get close to that 5 year mark, then you fucking figure something out.
God damn it, they dropped out of the truck.
Shit. I don't know how that gash got in there and fried everything inside and fucked everything up, but hey, I'm within my 5 years. What do you say? No, I'm not advocating for that either. I really think that they're going to last you because I've had my Leupold rangefinder for a while. Well, since I did Hunt Wars, and it's been great. So, I mean, I don't know. Holy shit. You there?
Yeah.
What
Can you
the
hear
fuck
me?
was that?
I don't know. I just changed ears and it fucking rang. I literally just switched ears on my ear.
What kind of fucking phone are you using? An Android? Jeez.
Dude, I got maybe my house is haunted or something, you know.
Something's happening right now, dude. It's making me nervous. I don't think you should go to sleep tonight.
Yeah, just stay up.
Yeah, just stay up, dude. Freddy Krueger's on your ass. Something, I don't know. Did you hear that though?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
No, I don't know. I literally I just switched it from my right ear to my left ear, and then I switched it right back because I didn't like it.
Oh no, dude, that's wild. I don't like that. Oh, that's funny though. But okay, so moving on from glass. We're about an hour in now, so I do want to touch on your turkey season because you had a pretty exciting turkey season this year so far.
For sure.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Are you done turkey hunting?
No, I do still actually have. Yeah, I still got one tag.
Okay.
Yep. So, yep, I got the archery tag left and it's like statewide except the Black Hills. But I'll be hunting like around home and stuff again. So we kind of honestly, I kind of got really two real good like turkey spots where there's always like kind of been birds historically or in the last few years. So, yeah, the one place honestly like. I think a lot of people, I'm definitely a fair weather turkey hunter, and so is my buddy that I hunt a lot with, so yeah, it was, opening weekend, what was it, opening for us, God damn it, he was gone, and then I want to say Sunday was real shitty weather, so we just didn't even go out, and then it was either Monday or I can't remember, Monday or Tuesday, and I was just looking at the weather, like eating lunch or whatever, I'm like, God, it's going to be pretty damn nice out tonight, and I was like, Parker, I go, like, try to shoot turkey after work, we'll leave right at 5, and get down there. So that's what we did. And we just hopped down and, went to the closer spot of the two and, just kind of drove around the section. And sure enough, they were kind of way out just in the middle of the section, kind of where we were hoping they were going to be. So we could, kind of go out in the middle and cut them off before they're getting close to the roost tree and stuff. And yeah, honestly, we worked out, just kind of said, kind of know where they were going to be on, walking down just a ridge to get down to, eventually get on the hill to go into roost, and we're able just to cut them off, a few hundred yards before that. And yeah, it was actually really funny because we knew, honestly, there's a decent amount of turkeys. We probably had whole pack between toms and hens. I bet you 15 to 20 turkeys, probably like 18, 20, honestly, there's a decent amount. And we knew there's that many out in the field, and we could kind of hear them. It was, we were sitting there for an hour or so, maybe not even, and we could start to hear them every once in a while. I'd hear one gobble, and okay, they're still pretty far away, but they are working this way, and hear it a little closer, and they're starting to get close enough where it's like, God, I wonder if we'll be able to see one, pretty soon. And there's, where we were going to see him was still 150 yards away. And I heard one gobble, and I look just straight directly to my left, and I'm looking, I said 150, 200 yards away. I don't see anything, and we had forgot our blind shirts. So we're literally on our knees. I took off a jacket and put it, try to be quieter. So we're on our knees. And my buddy Parker just literally on his phone, sitting on his ass in the blind because they weren't there. We were just trying to be comfortable, because we didn't have blind chairs.
Right.
And I look over at him, and I look back in front of us at the decoys, and there's just a strutter just cruising, just silent, right by our blind and heading to the decoys, 8 yards right there. Tom just full strut. And I'm like, turkey, Tom, hey, Parker, there's a Tom right here. And he gets up off his knees, looks to the left where we've been hearing him, right, just looks completely past the decoy, looks just right over him. I was like, dude, I don't see him. I'm like, no, right fucking here. He's at the decoy, Yeah. So, dude, if I could have saw, and then he turned and he saw the turkeys, and it just looked like, he saw a ghost or someone just, dude, he just was like, oh, shit, just butthole puckered. Just oh, fuck, he's right there. He was, we had the decoys 12 yards, 14 yards or something like that, so he was honest. So, no, that was pretty funny. So he came in and went around. I was able to grab my bow. He just did it perfect. He came in right past our blind and walked directly away. So his fan was covered. I was able to grab my bow quick, drew back. I actually let Parker get his phone out to video it, and he had 2 seconds of video, and then I shot and just dropped him right there. So neck shot and just stoned him right there dead. So, and then because I have 2 turkey tags this year, and I told Parker, I was like, I'm only shooting one today. I'm not I want to. Because it was our first turkey hunt of the year, too. And I told him, I'd like to turkey hunt more than once. If it goes down awesome and they do it, probably only going to shoot one. So I just, put my bow away, don't even grab another arrow, Parker has his boat 'cause he's got a tag too, and
Mm-hmm.
he's like, well, what do we do? Like, I kind of want to keep hunting too. I don't know if I want to be done first time. I'll just come with you because you got 2 tags, let's knock one out. I'm like, well, we should go, or if we're staying here, you're probably going to shoot a turkey because now there's a dead turkey at the decoys. I just feel like odds are they're one of those times is coming in,
Mm-hmm.
and we're jacking around and sure shit. About the time he's like, all right, we need to leave. I turn and look, and there's a tom, like, coming down at 80 yards. So I'm like, well,
We're
a little
doubling
late
up.
for that. They're all over here. Yeah. So they came, and actually that first group worked away, and I just did it, did a couple of yelps, and then turned back around. And 2 came just coming hard charging in, and he was still like, I don't know. I'm just like, let him hit the decoys. And I'm like, let's see if we can get some cool video. So we start letting the 2 just go at the decoys. One's on my bird, and then 2 toms come just running in, strutting, and then one had real cool feathers, and had big beard. And I was like, Parker, you need to shoot that bird,
Yeah.
So then he was able to smoke him too. So
Nice.
pretty cool, which is good because last year he literally hunted to the last day and didn't get one, too. So it's just, it's like,
Mhm.
you don't want to be done the first day, but you don't want to do what you did last, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, how do you can't, he's like, I just can't, because I was just sitting there the whole time like, fuck, last year I was so mad at the last day, and he's like,
Mhm.
they're literally here 14 yards in front of me, just not, so.
Were you guys shooting decap broadheads?
No, so
Oh,
I shot, I think he might have shot a Rage, so shame on, Rage in the cage, baby, but.
Yeah.
No, I actually think he shot Rage. I shot a Sever. So the decap is kind of a disappointing thing for me. So I have 33-inch draw length,
Mhm.
which is, I think you have very similar, very close, so I
Yeah.
have really long arms for my body. So 33-inch draw, a lot of arrows, like I shoot Black Eagles, they're only 32. Listen, I'm just wrong. Like victories are only go to 30. So I just need that longer arrow, but even that comes real close to my riser.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just honestly kind of worried about that. So I've actually just found some, and of course they're like fucking $240 for the like Easton Pro comps. You can get in 34s. So I was thinking about just buying some of those and leaving them uncut just for like turkeys, just because I do really want a decap, honestly.
Yeah.
I think that I didn't decap mine, but mine was strut full on. I shot him right in the neck, and I mean I have pictures. It truly did almost decap him. It was
Mhm.
pretty damn close. I mean, he just, he didn't go anywhere, and it was actually really close to decap him just with the 2-blade. But
Yeah.
no, I think the decap would be
It'd be fun.
the shit for sure.
It
Yeah.
would be.
So
Dude, that's badass though. So your buddy only had 1 tag?
yep,
Okay.
correct. Yeah. So they have like shotgun and archery. So like my shotgun tag in the county that I was in was only good for like the first half of the season, and then there's one that opens the second half, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's just like closer to where we live. So I have kids, he doesn't. So he's like, you apply that county, it's a little closer. Worst case, we can just get it done for you first, and then I can travel a little farther for my tag.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we do that, not really looking at draws and shit. And yeah, he didn't have any points, so he didn't draw a turkey tag in the other county where I had like 3 points because I just honestly I just had been getting archery tags. I hadn't tried for the second tag. So I could have drew the other area, which is what we should have done, and then he would have had 2 tags. So you didn't need points for the county that I drew, if that makes sense. So yeah, so he only had 1 tag, and then South Dakota is cool. You can, if it's shotgun, as long as you have tag and all that, you can use it too for archery. So
you used to have to draw as a resident?
for shotgun, for prairie, they call it prairie, so it's shotgun tags. Yes, not all counties you need points. Like I said, there are a decent amount where you have to apply, but you're basically going to draw.
Uh-huh.
But there's a couple counties where you need a point or 2 apparently. Like I said, we looked at it, and it's pretty damn good odds to draw without a point, but he was one of the unlucky.
Yeah.
I don't even remember, but it was a pretty small percent. It was definitely, I mean, I want to say it was like 70-30 odds of drawing, like 70% of people that applied, you know what I mean? So like we were like, we'll be fine, you know what I mean? So I had like 3 points, and I didn't need any for I just really switch it around and just not worried about the travel and shit, but it's whatever.
Damn.
So
yeah, that always confuses me with other states, how they make their residents draw still for other things. Because in Iowa, I can get our turkey tags are statewide, and it's just like shotgun or bow. It's gun / like G/B, gun or bow. But you have to buy the tag for a specific season. So first, second, third, and fourth. And if you go one like first, second, or third, you can get a tag in each or either of those seasons. But your second tag has to be in fourth season. So, so if I do first season, let's say I want to get out there opening day and shoot turkey, I get first season. If I want another tag, then it has to be a fourth season, or you can just get 2 fourth season tags. So
you can do 2 fourths.
Yep.
Okay. Just because it's late, they're like, fuck it, we don't care.
Right. Yeah. It's like, I don't know, like fucking last season, late turkey hunting. That's fucking just whatever. Doesn't matter. But I think it's because most of the hens have been bred by then already. So it's kind of like, the ones that haven't, like the breeding is waning off a little bit and all that. So, or you can do archery only tag, and that's good for all 4 seasons, but you can only get one of those. And if you want to get a second, if you want to get a second tag, then it has to be in 4 seasons. So you can do archery, good for all 4 seasons, and then you can get another tag for 4th season only, and that's gun or bow. So, but those are all statewide. So,
how long does yours guys go till? Like, when's the end of turkey? When's the end of 4th season?
So last weekend was opening for 4th season. That's when I shot my turkey, and so this weekend, next weekend is the last weekend. I think you get 3 weekends. Okay. So 3, maybe 4 weekends. Let me look at my calendar.
Guys just when do you open then? Do you know when first opens?
Yeah, let me see here real quick. So next weekend it ends the 11th. 11th is the end of turkey season. So
South Dakota we can do. Oh no, go for it.
I'm just it'd be so 4th season, 3rd season, 2nd season. So first season opens like early April, like the first week of April sometime. Okay. And it goes Monday through Friday for first season, Saturday through like Thursday for second, and then third is Friday to Saturday or Friday to Tuesday or some shit. So then it's 4th season for 4 weekends. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Oh wait, I lied. 1, 2, 3. 3 weeks. 3 weeks during 4th season. So, and I'm a fourth season guy myself. That's when I've had the most success, and I think it's just because you get more time, and I don't know, it's kind of fun the way it is. Mm-hmm. But those early birds are exciting too, just because they're super ramped up and getting into the turkey rut basically. So,
our starts like we go till the 31st of May. We start like April 13th, like second week of April 13th, and then like around there generally, and then we go till end of May for like archery. I should say. I said my shotgun ended yesterday, actually, or today or yesterday. I think technically my shotgun tag ended.
Okay, and that's the one you filled, right?
Yep. Okay. And then my archery is like that's just 13th through the 31st, and go for it. And then we can even get like a Black Hills tag too. So like a Black Hills archery turkey tag. So I could, if I traveled out west, get like 3 turkey tags a year basically. And that the third one's not, the 2 archeries are, you just pay for them and you get them. That's not like a draw. So
okay, gotcha. Well, that's pretty cool though. I mean, you can shoot more birds there, I guess, if you're really into turkey hunting. I've always just done 1, and this is the first year I've done 2, and so we killed it the first time, went out twice since, and haven't got it done yet. But I'll be honest with you, I'm good with just shooting 1 turkey a year because it's just kind of like, for one, and like we have a really good turkey population in Mitchell County. I don't want to say that too loudly for like non-residents and shit, but we have a really good population here. So, but I also don't want to like see it get worse, and ground nesting birds are fucking, they are such a unique species of bird where it's like they can be booming. It's like boom or bust, right? So one year it could be like, holy shit, there's turkeys everywhere. Then the next year, like, where'd they all go? You know, and predation is getting high. You know, raccoons are a fucking problem. Possums are a problem. Foxes are a problem. Coyotes are a problem. Like, we have a lot of problems still with all those nest raiders, but we're still doing pretty good. We have a lot of CRP land around here and stuff too. I think that definitely helps. So
For sure. No, but that's one thing I kind of like about turkey is I feel like I can be more picky with that too. Is like, yeah, I'm like, everybody shot the two, you know, from, you know, the one spot, the one group of birds, if you will, you know, and then it's like, we haven't hunted them, you know, and like, I'm not going to try to even really shoot another one from there. Cause like I have other places I can go shoot another bird. And, you know, like the one day we got pretty damn close. The second time we went out action, you called some jakes in and I went and tried to stock on one, called some jakes in, you know, just no blind or anything, got them right, like, you know, right in my face, you know, so like, I kind of had some of that cool, like cat and mouse experience. And now I've gone out 3 times this year. You know, I killed one right away, and I've only gone out twice since. Just because, I'm fair. Like this last weekend here wasn't good weather, so I'm a fair weather turkey hunter.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Yeah, I am too. I
want it to happen how I want it to happen with turkeys. You know. So.
Yep. I've said this a million times, and it's like I really do think it's because, you know, when in the springtime it's coming out of the winter, so it's getting nicer. So I'm getting like. I'm more picky on when I want to be outside. I'm still just kind of cracking out of hibernation, you know? So when it comes to deer season, it's the complete opposite. Like it's hot, and I'm really looking forward to those cold fronts for good deer hunting. So I get excited when it starts getting cold. And I want to be out there when it's cold and all that stuff, you know? But man, when it comes to turkey hunting, it's like I want it to be at least comfortable, you know? So
for sure.
But I did shoot my turkey in like is overcasty and kind of drizzly and not super nice, but it was nice enough.
I feel like I've seen a decent amount of turkeys getting shot this year because, like in the rain, you know, like, you know, like Kurt and Jordan did, and I've seen I think I knew a couple guys that got doubled up in the rain, just, you know, locally. Like I don't know if it is decent or it's just, you know, I'm paying attention to this year. Maybe I don't know if it's. Might be something to that, you know. I don't know, but I guess I'm not gonna find out probably either. So,
I think, yeah, right, exactly. I feel like I don't know. After hunting them when in like nastier weather, I kind of think that turkeys when it's not super nice, like when it's nice outside, I feel like they're more active. Like they're running around, they're gobbling more, they're talking more, they're more vocal, they're more energetic and stuff. When it's not so nice out, I feel like they're just kind of like moseying around, like they're just kind of like, I don't think turkeys enjoy being wet just as much as we don't like seeing them wet because they look gross when they're wet. So their feathers get all nasty, and I don't think they enjoy being wet. So they're just kind of like fucking cranky old men out there, just like, oh fuck me, I'm so fucking pissed off right now, and they just kind of walk blindly. So maybe that's what's happening. They're just like, I'm not paying attention to anything because I'm miserable, and then boom, get shot in the face. And it's like, well, there's that. You know?
That's a good point. Yeah. Feathered Roombas, like you said.
Yeah, they are. They're feathered Roombas, dude, for sure. And, you know, Roombas probably don't like it when it's wet either because they're electronic.
Right.
So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, Kurt said it before, like fucking birds are robots. Like they're spies from the government, dude.
Yeah.
So turkeys are just more elaborate on it, you know, like they're on the ground with us, you know, spying on us face to face.
Yeah, they're the front line, you know.
Yeah, they're the tip of the spear. And they're in the trenches with all of us humans. But well, cool, man. Congratulations on your turkeys. That's awesome. It's always
you too.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. It's fun. I'm gonna
bird is neat.
Yeah, I'll probably do a turkey recap episode with Matt again, as long as you can handle it and not fucking get all weird and knock my mics over. But you know, I think he's gonna get better. He just needs to do more. He gets all nerved up. He gets a little nervous boy. I'm like, dude, this is me. You've known me for like fucking 30 years. So it's like,
just talk to me.
Just come on. Come on. Let's not be weird about it. You know? But no, it's cool. But I really do appreciate you hopping on and telling us what's going on with Silencer Central, the ATF, and all that good stuff. I think that's really, really good information that people needed to hear. I think think some people have been getting frustrated with the wait times and stuff, and probably taking it out on the dealers like you guys more than they should, even though it's not really in your control. Just because who are they going to complain to? The ATF, It's like talking talking to a brick wall. No one's going to listen to you anyway. Yeah. So, they're probably just taking it out on you guys because you guys actually listen. So it's like,
for sure.
But I really do appreciate you hopping on, letting us know all that stuff. So,
yeah. No, anytime, I appreciate you letting me jump on too. So,
yeah.
Anytime, I like supporting you guys for sure. So,
yeah. Well, we appreciate the support. We definitely appreciate all you guys listening too. All the support and everything. I can feel it, and it energizes me, and I really do appreciate it. So, is there anything you wanted to close with? Anything like I don't know, any plugs or anything?
No, nothing crazy. I mean, I have Instagram and all that. I should get a lot better at that. I probably would have, honestly, some pretty cool stuff I could put on. And I do put some stuff. I'm horrible with like editing, honestly. So I think that's my biggest thing. Where it's like, I've never really done that, But no, you can definitely follow me on Instagram. I think it's just Hoines or Hoines8 or shit. I don't know what that is, but I don't honestly really have any other plugs. Obviously, when I can, call Silencer Central, ask for Matt. I'd love to help you out, but go buy a felon, bow hunting for felons t-shirt too, right?
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Oh, that's one thing I haven't said a whole lot about on the podcast, so I should get better. I should start doing that more in the intro. But yeah, I mean, we did just the OG Victory Drive shirt, just the logo shirt. We dropped that down in price, so that's on sale right now if you guys want to get that. And also, yeah, the bow hunting is for felons shirt. That thing has been a huge hit at the trade shows and stuff. So, check out fucking workingclassbowhunter.com/store and check all that merch out if you want to, if it tickles your pickle, so.
Yeah. I looked it up quick, just it's Matthew Hoyne. This is all it is. So that's
there you go.
So I said, don't. So I don't even know what it is, but.
Yeah. There you go. Go ahead and check out Matt on Instagram if you want to. He might not ever get back to you if you ever message him on there. So just call Silencer Central and talk to him that way. So, but all right, Matt. I appreciate you hopping on, dude.
No problem. You have a good one, man.
Yeah, you too.